Welcome to Tigers Untapped, a Bluff City Media podcast. Stepping up to the microphones are your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis. Pull up your chair, grab your favorite brew, and enjoy the conversation. Now, let's get to the show.
Welcome to episode 79.
Yeah.
We're live
Yes, we are.
from Carville, East Memphis, and Germantown, all locations covered in this Shelby metro area.
Once again, you
Fellas, how are
dislike
we
the
today?
StreamYard link.
I just can't. I can't do it.
What do you want from us, you know?
I mean, what do you
Oh
want?
my goodness! Look at. I just realized what my background is.
Your
It's my
curtains.
shower. It's my shower curtain. I need to put myself in studio.
Let's go studio. Let's go studio.
I miss the gunshots.
I don't miss those, actually. Trey, what are you
Timothy,
doing?
I'm about to ask you what we're drinking this evening because I took a first sip already and it's kind of good.
This is a Cat Shot, which is a Kolsch-style ale from our good friends at Hookpoint Brewing. Shout out to Collierville.
Okay.
Seville,
I'm
stand
not-
up.
Seville? Like, listen, I know I was like hating on y'all for not liking the other cans from last week. The kind of the same. That's a badass looking can. I'll be honest with you. From afar, that can to me does something to my spirit.
I like it.
Okay.
So far,
Okay.
this beer is also hitting different. Wow, I just realized that was a slingshot.
Yeah, it's pretty fire. Why is
This
that
beer's hitting
different?
different? Because I just came in. Well, about an hour ago. So we've been on this for an hour before we started. Came in from cutting the old grass. You ever had an after the grass beer?
Yes.
It's the
Haven't
best.
had dinner yet. So who knows? This may hit a little harder. Pint size. Having a Kolsch for dinner. A Kolsch kebab.
What? So wait, what were you doing? Why'd you take so long to cut the grass?
I don't want to really get into the specifics of it, but I started at about 5 p.m. and wrapped up just before 9. I got caught up in a little conversation with some neighbors.
Okay. I'll get
Speaking
that.
of grass, and I won't say the name of the company, but my lawn care company killed my grass over the weekend. TJ, I already told Trey
gotta-
off air.
You're looking at it wrong. The way that you described it to me, you're just in prep for an exciting.
My
football
yard was
season is
great.
And now it's tiger striped and themed, and you're all in and ready to rock and roll.
But I don't want if it was blue, but it's brown stripes.
Well,
all
now
throughout.
now you can go out there and you can spray paint the brown stripes blue.
TJ, when we bought this house, when Tracy and I bought this house, the yard was barren. There was no grass. It was dirt. It was terrible. And I've spent a lot of time, energy, effort, and money into getting that yard perfect. And this lawn care company killed it.
Didn't care for it.
Well, they just cut it too short? Like, what do you mean
No,
they cut
I
it?
cut my grass. They sprayed it and it killed the grass. Whatever they sprayed on my grass killed my grass.
Stripes.
Well,
TJ.
that would only make sense if they did it in the dead heat of the day.
So I called them today and was like, what the hell did y'all do to my yard? And the lady was like, well, you're probably going to want to water your yard. It's like, you mother effer.
Sounds about right. You should probably water your yard, Kenny.
I do. They
Doesn't
killed
sound
my
like
Told him
it.
grass.
throw her down, squirt a little furt on that thing, get himself a little Malorganite.
Throw her down.
Throw it down, get a little Malorganite on there.
And then while you water it, you just enjoy one of these Kolsches.
Seriously. I forgot to put the banners up. My bad. Boom. We're up. We're ready to go. TJ, we're ready to go.
We're ready now.
Fellas,
he gets so tired of this when we do this. He hates it so much.
he hates the off the
So
script
much sticking
stuff.
around.
He
Just
hates
go.
it so much.
Let's jump into it, Timothy.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
We still have no commitment
Hmm.
from Arthur Kaluma. Jameer Watkins is staying at Florida State. Trayvon Brazil is staying on Love Paradise Island up there in Fayetteville.
Dang, that's so disrespectful.
What?
Hmm?
He loves it up there.
Yeah.
How worried are we? What is Kaluma doing? What's taking so long? If he's coming, why hasn't he committed?
What
We got another
rush is there?
JQ sit. We need to get here
Yeah.
and get this boy acclimated with his teammates.
Yeah,
Everybody
but
else
put
is here.
yourself in Kaluma's shoes. Why would
I
you
would.
commit now?
Because I want to get here and be with my teammates, win some
If
basketball
the
games.
longer he waits, he becomes
that
the best
chemistry
player on the
going.
market. No, the longer he waits, he becomes the best player on the market, and you're going to have people scrounging up all the money they can to afford to add him.
We've scrounged it up all of it already.
Well, someone else will pay more.
Who's that someone else?
Arkansas. I don't know.
Those young wormy K-State fans?
Mm.
No. I think he's
Young wormy wannabes?
Hmm.
Kenny doesn't know about it, but that's how a K-State message board described us.
Young and wormy.
Yeah, we're a
Yes.
bunch of young wormy wannabe YouTubers.
YouTube boys.
Who said that?
It was on a case. I don't know. You'd have to ask TJ. He's the one that found it. On a
Why?
Yeah.
What do they say
Kansas
about
State.
it?
They said that
I
we
don't
started
know.
the rumors about Kaluma to Memphis. He's not coming here. He's going to Arkansas, is what they say.
That's what they say.
And that we're a bunch of idiots.
I mean, that's probably not false, but we've never claimed to be not idiots. But
Yeah, I'm an idiot for sure.
yeah, I mean, I'll gladly wear that badge of honor.
Freaking wormy. Gross. I don't have
Obviously, we're not
worms.
just making stuff up here, right?
Like clearly, that person who said wormy is like 85 years old and wearing hearing aids. Wormy, they're wormy.
Kenneth, should we be concerned or not? And don't lie to me.
Listen, man, like I kind of tend to agree with TJ. Like, but the only thing I would say is if I'm Penny, I'm like, hey, come. We got everybody here. Like, let's go.
Come on the kick drop.
But
Come.
and again, you also don't get paid any NIL money when you're not signed to a school in there doing work.
Yeah.
So like, what's the point of negotiating a larger contract when you ain't getting no money no ways?
He'd go ahead and get up in here and get some of those Brookhaven posts going.
Listen, let's go get some
of those Tiger Blue chips.
Yeah.
Giving him
I don't know.
boo-boo bottom.
I think we have seen that the well of players is drying up drastically.
Speaking of whales, did you guys see the shark attacks this weekend?
Sharks and whales are not related, you idiot. What a terrible segue. Quit throwing us off the track, Trey.
What were you saying,
They
TJ?
quit live.
Goodness. I just, it's one of those situations where it's like, I think I would just wait it out because one of these spots is going to open up for you. I don't think there's any rush. Like, yeah, you may not be getting paid, but maybe it's not necessarily a situation where he is rushing to make that decision, because there could be another school out there at this moment in time that's like, hey, we're kind of on the fence with somebody else as well, but we can definitely match the money. It'll be a better experience. Like, I could totally see in Arkansas saying like, hey, we can match the money. We got money. And then you have an Arkansas versus Memphis battle royale for a guy like Kaluma.
Calipari says he's done with not.
I tend to think Calipari's done.
His word on.
I tend to think that Calipari's full of shit.
That's probably true.
He's not stopping with 9 people.
All right, horrors among horrors. Let's say Kaluma doesn't come to Memphis. Are y'all worried about the Tigers?
I like
take that.
I like what we have already. Here I go slouching on my beanbag chair. But Kaluma is like you're crossing your T right there. in Tigers and dotting the I with the Kaluma ad. Would I still project us to probably be the favorite in the American and make the NCAA tournament without Kaluma? Yeah. But you tend to be much more capable of like a second weekend making a run type of team with that Kaluma ad. So Kaluma, my excitement level goes from yay to up here. That was good. Yeah. But our boy Jason Munns, said we have been in contact. Now, he's going to need a medical hardship waiver, and it's a little bit hairy reading the details about this with Deshawn Allen-Eikens. Einstein's. Been in contact. This kid is 33 years old.
Yeah. Y'all thought DeAndre was old.
The Cal State Northridge. TJ, give me their mascot. Do you know what Cal State Northridge is?
The Peacocks.
Northridge. Cal State Northridge Bison.
Whoa.
No, the Pelicans.
The Matadors.
Matadors.
Oh, that was close, TJ.
Yeah. Isn't that fun? Average almost 19 points a game, 5.3 boards, 2.3 assists, shot 48% from the field, 36% from three, Timothy. 74.2% from the free throw line. Turnovers, almost 3.5 a ball game.
Sounds like David.
Well, I think he is exactly what we've been talking about. Like, go grab someone from a lower conference that feels like they probably have something to prove. They want to come up to this next level and really showcase kind of what they have. And I think that he's a good fit for what you had there. And also, he probably comes at a much lower price tag than you would.
Absolutely. The catch here is he's applied for a medical hardship waiver, TJ. He was hurt in 21-22. Only played 14 games. He was at University of New Orleans that year. Here's the catch.
Okay.
The NCAA, what?
Go ahead.
The catch of the catch, double catch. The NCAA says to be eligible for a medical hardship waiver, you can only have played in 30% or fewer games. Our boy Deshawn played in 43.7% of his ball games that year. So I think that's a pretty hard and fast no, right? Like, but then there was that tweet earlier in the summer that said anybody affected by the COVID year gets another whole year. Was that a scam?
I wonder if that just happened. So I don't think it's changed. We could run it back with James Wiseman.
Yeah. He might be done, but DeAndre could come back. I don't think the beer league counts as professional, technically.
That's interesting, though. I do wonder if that waiver, not the waiver, but the extra year of eligibility for those affected by COVID, if that applies to a Deshawn Allen-Eikens. I'm sure it does. What don't you?
I don't know. I don't know. Looking at his resume of collegiate basketball, freshman year was 2019-2020. Played in 33 ball games that year, almost 30 minutes a night. Decent night for a true freshman, night in, night out. 13, almost 14 points a game.
Man.
An assist, almost 5 boards, shot 32% from three, 75% from the free throw line as true freshman. Then this is the weird part. The 2021-22 season, he played 14 games. That's his injury year. 2020-2021, he only played 5 games.
Is that the year then? No, that wouldn't be 14. That wouldn't be 40%.
That's the code. That's the original. That's the COVID year, technically. I don't know where he was
didn't
at.
Impact until the end of the year.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So I don't. He was at. Let's see. He was at North Dakota. He played for the Fighting Hawks that year. They only played 5 games.
Interesting.
So he's been at North Dakota, New Orleans, and then at Cal State, Northridge the last 2 years. He's already played 5 years of college basketball. I'm going to say that
it's insane.
Allen-Eikens is not happening. I'm going to think that's a pretty quick, hard no from the NC2A there on that extra year of eligibility. But stranger things have happened. I went ahead and plugged him in, Timothy, to our friend the sausage maker. We're currently sitting at 31, as our team is. We'll even say if this is like a Kaluma replacement, no Kaluma on here, you add in Allen-Eikens, what do you think we jump up to?
Oh, man.
32.
What were we before? You said 31?
Worse? We were 31.
Yeah, we were 31.
Oh, I thought you said
Make it
37. 37.
28.
37.
I'll say
31.
28.
28.
Kenny?
28.
23.
Whoa.
That's almost as good as
him.
David.
It is. Our
David
our
was
boy Bart, he was like 17.
17. Yeah.
But it's nearly as good as Kaluma. Kaluma moved you up to 22, I think.
Wow.
That's kind of wild.
Our boy Tarvik likes him.
Well, I like him too if he were eligible. I don't get that vibe that he's going to be going to get the okay.
I think that's the problem. So we'll just keep waiting. How long do we wait for Kaluma?
As long as it takes.
Which could be what? I don't want this to drag out into.
Yeah, I don't want to do that again.
They got the whole team here already. You're talking about one guy.
Yeah, but this one guy's probably a starter.
All it takes is one to ruin a whole bunch.
According to new Laker head coach Dan Hurley.
What?
He's staying. I really thought you were going to say JJ Redick there. I don't know why you said Dan Hurley. That news has been out for hours. Kenny.
How could he turn down the Lakers to stay in stores?
Because they've gone through 8 coaches and not going to give him any power around the building roster, probably.
Because LeBron is the head coach.
Well, and this is fun. I've seen a couple other people mention this about Hurley. Obviously, his sideline antics are next level, right? That's what you either love him or you hate him, and it's usually because of that. He was on Pardon My Take not long ago, and he self-reflected and was like, I need to be better on the sideline. I've got to get myself under control before I take the step to the NBA anyway. Like, he's self-aware. He knows that style of coaching isn't going to work when you're, especially if you're the head coach for LeBron James, Anthony Davis, like,
yeah,
that's not going to work.
No.
Although I would have loved to have seen it.
Oh my God.
It would have been
so
fun.
Funny.
For sure.
All right. Well, Kaluma, maybe we should have some Kahlua drinks next week.
To kind of spur the decision on a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe get him an NIL deal with Busters, a little Kahlua action. See if we can't throw some good vibes.
You want to sing us the song again? Sing us the song.
Kaluma, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you. Bermuda, Bahama, come pretty mama. That was the #1 hit single, Kaluma, Jamaica, by the wannabe Wormy White Boys.
That's right. Well, we'll give Anthony some love on that. That was his song.
He was the original writer, but we were the vocals behind it.
Okay.
Timothy, did you see this? You read about this? It was team camp for Penny Hardaway this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The Lori Walton Center. I just want to give a quick shout out to my alma mater, St. George. I saw they had a team there, participated. And Timothy, you know what? They made the championship game, and just like 15 years ago, still coming in second place. So good on that program to be runner-up.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to my alma mater for beating your alma mater in that.
Yeah.
You are wearing Bartlett colors right now.
He is. He's fired up about that Team Penny win.
Fly the beat, man. Go Panthers.
Barely beat.
We've never done that. We've literally never done that.
That felt a little Houston-esque there, Timothy.
That felt very natural for you. I'm just going to be honest. That looked very natural, like you've done that quite a few times.
We've never
He did
done
that in high school all the time.
He definitely
all sideline.
He tried to get something started.
Yeah. Didn't take off.
Didn't take off.
That's right. All right, let's take a quick break. When we get back, did we just have the biggest recruiting weekend in the history of Memphis football? TJ saying yes. I think we might have. We'll be right back.
Is there a mystery center, DeMichael, that we haven't talked about? Or if you just have to go, if it's not, somebody that you say, all right, I'm DeMichael Kleiman, this is who we going with.
You don't need a big name. Like I'm telling you, I'm super big on game over name. Like I think you go in the draft, whether it's first or second round, get a developmental guy. Go get a guy who's going to play to the Grizzlies' strengths, defensive guy. I don't care about anybody, honestly, averaging 15, 16, 17, 18 points a game doesn't impress me. Because you got John, Dez, and Jaren. You don't need that. You think of a guy like Goga Patasa. Like, this is very off the radar. But when he started, Wendell Carter was hurt a large part of the season. Magic still were really good. Go look at the defensive numbers when he was on the floor on that team. Best of any of their centers. Better than Mo Wagner was on the court. Better than Wendell Carter was starting.
Tune into the No Bluffing Podcast with your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes, every Monday at 12 p.m. only on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
We're looking at making sure that the Grizzlies are top 5 in either offense or defense. So how do you get a team like that there? What are your must-haves to be a real title contender? So give me one.
Health.
Okay.
And I think it's like it goes like a little bit sort of in the cliche obvious department. You got to be healthy, which we saw like the direct results of what happens when you're not this year, right? Like It was a mess in 100 different ways. So there you go. Number one. I've got plenty more loaded for you.
All right. Mine is going to be good kitty. No, I'm kidding.
First off, pause. Pause.
Come hang out with Daniel Greer and Nathan Qualls on Grizz 901 Live. Every Tuesday night at 9:01 live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Timothy, biggest recruiting weekend in Tiger football history, yes or no? Fast go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
That took too long. 25. Look alive. Is this going to be the best class we've ever had?
Yeah.
I don't know how you'd say otherwise, right? I mean, assuming it's fruitful, right?
Fruitful. Dude, we had, 15, 16, 17, 11 guys here this weekend?
11
Let me get the list. Let me get the
like
list. You tell Catherine that. You tell Catherine, my daughter, that.
14, I believe, was the number.
4-star quarterback Antoine Hill Jr., 4-star offensive lineman Peyton Joseph, 4-star running back Alvin Henderson, preferred walk-on offer Amir Thomas, Deshawn Payton Jr., 3-star running back, Sam Browder, 3-star tackle, Van Zale Hinton, 3-star corner, McGuire Richmond, 3-star offensive lineman, Xavier Thompson, 3-star corner, Shannon Blair Jr., JUCO corner, Bryce Anderson, tight end, Colin Bellamy, edge rusher. I'm missing a couple. Ra Hutchison, 4-star wide receiver.
Ooh.
Andrew Leslie, 3-star wide receiver.
Ooh.
I mean, the list goes on and on and on. 2 of those, Antoine Hill would be the highest rated player in Tiger football program history.
Yeah.
And I'm not making any promises, but 4-star wide receiver Ra Hutchison was on a visit this weekend here. His final 3 he announced a day prior. Us, Nebraska, Houston. He canceled after his visit here, canceled his Houston visit. Between us and Nebraska. And no one wants to go to Nebraska.
No one wants to go to Nebraska.
What's in Nebraska?
Corn.
That's it. And Warren Buffett. That's all. And we got Frederick Smith and barbecue here.
It's true.
TJ, give me of these guys, who are you most intrigued by? Who do we have the best shot of landing?
Well, I mean, I think by default, Ra Thomas.
You don't say
Ra Thomas. That's the guy from freaking Mississippi State that Kenny is messing me up with.
My bad.
Raheem Hutchins seems like he mathematically is a 50-50 shot. So like it seems like he's the best one.
I mean, if
but
you're
at the
coming on
front
a
end-
visit and then immediately canceling your last one, like I think you know where you're going, right? And all
Well-
signs indicate that would be the University of Memphis.
sure, but he
By
also
reading
has
the
another-
tea leaves wrong.
Well, no, but I just think he still has an official visit with Nebraska scheduled, I think, in 2 weeks. So I mean, he's down to his final 2. I think he knows where he wants to go. He has no interest in actually going to. Who wants to go see Houston? No one wants to go to Houston. So I get it, right? I'd say
wants to
any
go
of the
to
Houston
freaking
County
Wayne?
boys, though. So Amir Thomas, the Peyton Joseph, and Antoine Hill, any of those 3, I think you have a pretty good shot with, right? Amir Thomas, I think he is going to be a preferred walk-on, I think is how that's been labeled. I mean, he still had a pretty good year. I mean, 586 rushing yards last season, but he is every bit of 5'5", 160 probably. He looks tiny, but he's also standing next to, a 6'4" quarterback and a 6'4" lineman. So,
Well, and Cramsey. I don't know how big Cramsey is. Maybe 6'2". Cramsey
Cramsey's
6'2",
tall.
6'1".
Yeah, he's tall.
But he in that photograph, I'm literally not trying to be disrespectful, but he looked like he was a little brother. Like legitimately like a middle school kid
wearing the
it.
pads.
But hey, get after it, big fella.
It's
Tank. That's another
let's see.
tank coming through.
It's interesting because you have a guy like Peyton Joseph is here at Memphis, and he's still got a visit left to go to Florida State, I believe. And I think is another visit he has. Antoine Hill, obviously, we know about. He's visited A&M, Duke, Memphis, Florida, so he's still got a visit left as well. But think of just
We
listen
please
to what
talk-
we're saying.
Just TJ, very quickly. What the heck kind of Motel 8 ass place did they put Antoine Hill in down there in Gainesville?
I
mean, that looked like the
imagine they
type of
put him
place,
on
TJ, we
campus.
would have booked for spring break as freshmen, where we got 1,100 dudes staying in the same spot. What was that hotel? Where legitimately, I want to know what hotel in Gainesville that was.
Let me
They
look.
need some
I don't know
serious-
what picture you're talking about.
They need some serious remodeling. You need to go look at, I think our boy Bumgarner tweeted it.
It's got it looks like the walls are caving in on them.
There's paint chipping off the ceiling. I mean, it was, and then you look at the side by side of where we posted that man up here in Memphis, and it's not even.
Let me look.
Quite frankly, if I was Antoine, I would be disgusted, and Florida would be out immediately.
Let me look. I've spent some time in Gainesville, given that was my previous territory when I was in sales. So I'm familiar with Gainesville. I don't see.
Did you stay at this?
I don't see this hotel. Oh wait, I do see this hotel. I
Find it?
mean, yikes!
Did you find it?
I did find it. My bet is this is one of the campus hotels. It's like right there, right off campus.
What is,
So
I mean,
Florida
the ceiling is about to fall on my guy.
Yeah, a little questionable there. It's an interesting little area right there because it's pretty much campus. Everyone drives mopeds to and from class, and then there's just hospital row. It's just
That's fun.
hospitals everywhere, all
Just
around
straight
it.
up hospital. You're just in the medical district.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, and I think that is probably what this is like. One of the hotels that's like right off campus.
Well, it was disgusting.
Not looking great, Bob.
It was disgusting. Anyway, back to our list. Who else? Anybody else on there that's intriguing? I mean, they all.
I mean, yeah.
Honestly, you talk about Rara. That's a top 200 kid.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he's
has a wide
no longer
receiver.
visiting Houston. I think that's big, man. You just straight up dropped your last one. You're down to your final 2 schools. And that's kind of what I was saying a minute ago before you cut me off, you nerd. We're talking about Memphis aside next to Duke, Texas A&M, Florida, Florida State. Like, what are we talking about? Where are we at in college football landscape right now with how this whole NIL thing is working out? If Memphis of all schools is being listed with some pretty notable names, I would say, in college football as of late.
Yeah.
It's just,
It's
interesting.
It's wild that we're up there with who we're up against.
Yeah.
It's Nebraska.
But to answer your question that you originally started off with, Vanzell Hinton committed to Vandy. He's going back to Vandy for a visit, I think, next week. But that's SEC caliber DB right there. Shannon Blair originally committed to UT. I think he went JUCO at EMCC, if I remember that correctly. That's a former volunteer commitment. I mean, that's someone who was here this weekend. I don't think that's anything to scoff at. Alvin Henderson, although I don't think we actually have a realistic chance to land him. I think he's going to stick with Penn State. But literally, we're talking about a guy who is visiting Penn State. And Kenny was telling us beforehand, he put up like 60 touchdowns last season.
61 touchdowns in a high school season. I mean, let's say they played 12 games, freaking 5 touchdowns a night.
Let me put an asterisk on that because he plays in Division II in Georgia, I believe. So it's a little bit different.
And what they go up? Georgia goes up to 7A. Is there 8A now? How high does it go?
I don't know. They at least go to 6A, 7A. Yeah, I think they're 7A. I think Texas and Georgia are at least both 7As.
So he's a 2A kind of guy. But still 5 tutties a night.
It's nothing to scoff at. Xavier Johnson decommitting from SMU. He's out there talking visits. Andrew Leslie, I don't think he's currently ranked, but he came from the same high school or goes to the same high school that Joshua White, the D lineman, goes to. So there's some connection there as well. Who else? There was one more. You mentioned him, outside linebacker, McGuire. I think it was his first name, McGuire Richmond. I mean, he's just visited Memphis. Then he's going to Tulsa. Then he's going to K-State. Then he's going to Iowa. Like Memphis is in the same line as K-State and Iowa recruiting a guy, which is kind of weird, but only weird geographically, right? I mean, Tulsa, K-State, Iowa, they all kind of make sense. And then Memphis kind of getting thrown in there. A little interesting, but I don't know. I mean, we're talking about some pretty big schools here. Colin Bellamy, one of the guys you mentioned, he has a visit to Kansas next. I think that's scheduled in a week or two. So Memphis is up against some pretty notable names, I think, in the college football landscape. So it's an interesting time right now.
Some high quality talent in the Look Alive 25 class. I mean, TJ, the guys at Tiger, what is it? Tiger Blue Report? I'm sorry, fellas. Yeah, Tiger Blueprint. They're saying we're the leader currently for Antoine Hill. You know who else is saying we're the leader? And I'm going to give it. Can we give a cheers to these fellas tonight? Raise a glass to the lads. Quavo and Moneybag Yo are all in with Ryan Silverfield. I don't know how he did it. Quavo TJ has 24 million followers on Instagram. And yesterday on his story posted an official visit picture of Antoine Hill in a Memphis jersey and tagged Moneybag Yo saying, take care of my guy. He's a real one. And then Moneybag Yo put it on his, who's got another 10 million followers. Remember, about 35 million people across the globe are expecting Antoine Hill to be a Memphis Tiger now.
Wait, did he say take care of my guy? I thought he said take care of my cousin or something like that.
It was something along those
lines. My nephew. Take care of my nephew.
Take care of my nephew.
I mean, there could actually, when we say a nephew, it could legitimately be his nephew. I mean, I think they're both Georgia guys, so
I don't know if it is or it isn't. Regardless,
I'm just gonna
Quavo and Moneybag Yo are all in on the Tigs. And that's all I'm going to listen to the whole football season.
That's right.
We're not losing a game. You know why?
Why?
Because the SP Plus rankings came out. They actually came out in February. And I know we had a little bit of a Debbie Downer last week when we came back to reality talking about Brett McMurphy's odds for the title or making the college football playoff and the FPI rankings.
Fake news, dude.
You know who likes us a lot more than the FPI? The SP Plus. TJ, you know what they got us at?
No
You seen
clue.
these rankings? 39th overall.
Wow.
You know what they give us odds to win the American are?
Plus 200.
Well, let's go percent. They do it as a percentage chance. Give me a percentage chance for us to win the conference championship.
I have no clue.
33.9%.
Come in real strong. 65. Come in real strong.
Ridiculous. 33.9%. 99.4% that we make a bowl. We are the AAC title odds favorite by the SP Plus.
Wow.
The next UTSA followed by Tulane right behind us. From a rating standpoint, we lead the conference, like I said, 39th. UTSA's 53rd, Tulane 65th. Bill Connolly put out his AAC preview end of last week. He likes the Tigs to win the conference. He's got us picked, along with a lot of other publications.
Look, it's fun to talk about, but so we start putting freaking cleats in the grass and start winning games. Like, what? It doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it's all what it is right now.
None of the hype. I'm just saying,
about.
We haven't had pub like this.
Sure.
I don't know if ever, to be honest with you, because we didn't have a realistic shot of winning a championship or making a playoff. So I don't know.
I mean, you got to think that 2018 season was pretty damn good. And then heading into the 2019 season, everyone was saying Memphis really had a shot. We clearly
they did, but we weren't even in our own conference. We weren't even picked to be the conference champion.
Yeah.
Cincy was. I think we were picked second. We were picked to win the West.
Yeah.
But Cincy got the most first place votes. Bill Connolly also, as a part of this AAC preview, he listed out the top five games for 2024 in the American. Guess how many Memphis has on that list of top 5?
2.
We're 3 of the 5 games, Timothy.
Damn.
Memphis at USF on October 11th. Memphis at UTSA November 2nd, and Memphis at Tulane November 28th, which, as we've discussed, could be the deciding factor of home field advantage for the AAC championship on Thanksgiving night. The Egg Bowl's been moved off of Thanksgiving. I think as of date, we are the only collegiate football game that will be played prime time on Thanksgiving night. Be a lot of eyeballs on the Tigs.
Now
we might, TJ. We might have to Kenny in there too. We might have to take the train down to New Orleans for Thanksgiving, fellas.
We're going to Tallahassee and New Orleans.
I don't think we can take a train to Tallahassee, but we can take that train to New Orleans. I'll tell you that much. Serve us a little turkey dressing on the train.
What?
For Thanksgiving, you don't have turkey and dressing?
Just the way you said it was goofy. I don't know.
What do you call it? Stuffing?
Let me think about it. Is there gravy on it?
We're not. Oh, yeah.
Then, yeah, I'd probably call that dressing. I think I'd naturally call it stuffing, though.
Okay.
Anyway, what I was going to say, now that you mentioned that, all of Memphis's hardest games are on the road.
It scares me.
Is that something that could play? You know, everyone says, okay, well, you know, Memphis is projected to win because their schedule's booty cheeks, which, you know, North Alabama, Troy, Navy's not great, MTSU. I don't know what to think of North Texas. South Florida, pretty good. Charlotte, they may actually have a quarterback this year. I don't know. UTSA is interesting just due to the fact that it's kind of like you finally moved on from your 7th-year quarterback.
I just don't want to play in that dome.
Tulane. Well, that's not an option. You got to play there.
Bad things happen in a dome.
Rice, I just not scared of Rice, but it's just interesting that all the hard games are on the road, and I think that's playing in to our advantage from a strength of schedule perspective.
Yeah, I think I saw we're around 83rd strength of schedule, maybe, which isn't great, but that's hovering about what we've been for the last decade plus. We've been 70 to 90, pretty much the last decade.
Yeah, I also think that'll change too, though.
Yeah, obviously it'll change based on how well teams are performing throughout the year. I will say, as much as that does scare me, you got to give credit. I mean, we played a lot of weak opponents on the road, but we did, after 2 years of struggling on the road in conference, Ryan Silverfield went undefeated in conference play on the road last year. So if they can do that again, they're conference champions.
Sure.
All right, Timothy, last thing before we get into this catch shot review.
Mm-hmm.
There was a list, a rankings list released by our favorite ranker of all time, Big Game Boomer.
Yes.
Came out with his top 50 quarterbacks for the 2024 season. Timothy, give me a guess. Your best guess is where our boy Big Game Boomer has Seth Hennigan ranked.
Top 50 best quarterbacks, not just group of five, just
50.
all of college football.
This is all of collegiate football in the Division
There's
I
no way he gets
category.
within 5 spots.
FBS.
15th.
Woo! No, you weren't within 5 spots, though.
Hmm.
You were within 6 because our boy came in at 9th.
9th? Wow.
Yeah. 9th.
That's impressive.
Wild. That's wild.
1 spot ahead of Brady Cook, who we got to see last year at Missouri. Carson Beck leads the way, followed by Dylan Gabriel. Jackson Dart's 3rd. Milroe 4th. A lot of big names. Shedeur Sanders right in front of Seth at 8. Preston Stone down there at 13th.
Where's the App State quarterback? Is he on there?
He is 33rd.
Okay. I was just making sure they made sure to separate he and Seth, and there wasn't any confusion.
Byron Brown is on this list. You want to guess where he's at?
He was pretty good, but he's still pretty young and raw. Probably in the 30s.
Raw he is. He is at 18, actually, on Big Game Boomers here. Not bad.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad at all. That's the only, I don't see any other American. I think Seth and Byram are the only 2 American. Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's it. Nobody else on here. Thought that was interesting, though. Good company. Seth getting a little bit of recognition, as he should. I mean, we've seen him.
Yeah.
Big things coming out of Seth. All right, Timothy. Let's get in this cat shot.
Wait a minute. Let me jump ahead of you real quickly because I found a list just now.
A list of
like
what?
List?
A list of what?
Phil.
This is ad hoc. No, we can't get. No, we can't get into Feel Still stuff until I get my official Feel Still magazine.
Well, here's the problem, Trey. The internet exists, so we can't rely on that.
No.
You're going to see it. I'm about to share it with you right now. So you
No.
see, I will ruin it. I'll print it off. I'll put it in your mailbox. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be literally all over social media. You're not going to be able to avoid it.
All right. What is it? Hurry.
How many Tigers were listed on Phil Steele's All-American list for the AAC? On offense. Let's do offense. How many offensive players?
Okay. Well, Seth, Rock, Mario. Did he put Demir on there too? No, I didn't get a finger. Demir, what?
Well, I'll explain. I'll explain why I delayed there. So you're at 4?
Because he's on second team or something.
Yeah.
So what am I guessing? Just first team or all teams?
Can you give us a number? Can you give us a number? How many?
Do you want?
No, he's
just
asking.
offense, or do you...
He's asking me how many.
Oh. because I want to try to
it's
guess, but
But are you saying first team or all team? Doesn't he do like 4 all conference teams?
I know he at least does 3 teams.
3. Or so are you saying amongst all 3, how many do we have on offense?
Xavier Hill,
You could do it on all 3.
Xavier
If
Hill.
That's
Xavier
too
Hill
many.
is on
All
there.
3 is too many. Just do
Go
first
to
team.
4.
How many
Go
are
to
on first
5.
team?
Go to
Okay,
5.
whatever, dude. First team.
No.
All right,
all
on the-
3. All 3.
on the
all
first
3.
team,
Make
we
up
have
your mind. I'm getting pulled in 2 different directions.
All 3. All 3. All 3. Xavier
Lord.
Hill. So that's 5.
I'm going to say
Sut-
8
Sutton?
of our 11 starters are on all conference teams. What?
Is there more offensive linemen?
I'm trying to do the math here. All right, so
Max
let's do
Max
first
would
team.
be 11.
Who do you think's
right?
on the first team? Who do you
Okay,
think's on the first team? We'll do that.
First
Seth.
is Seth, Rock, Mario.
Yeah.
Is there
No.
more?
Seth and Rock, you have correct. There are
Mario's not on
Mario?
two more technical offensive players. One is clearly offensive. The other is he's offensive, I guess, but that's a hint.
He's offensive, you guess, as in like kicker.
We will revisit that in a second.
Kick returner.
There is a special team player
Colby Drake.
on first team. Not on first team.
What?
I don't
Colby's
remember.
getting
Whatever.
some
You guys
love.
suck at this. You guys suck at this. First team: Seth, Rock, Xavier Hill, and Sutton is at the kick returner spot.
I almost said Sutton, but then I was like, I don't know what they would have him because I don't know that he's going to be returning kicks.
I think it's gonna be Colby.
Well, here we are. Chandler Martin, obviously the first team representative for defense. Second
Only
team defense.
Solo. Yeah. One only.
Second team offense. Mario Demir. Out of left field. Anthony Landfear.
I was going to say, I feel like he might have thrown Lanfear on there.
Is it
I did
bad
not
that I had
expect
forgotten who the tight end was?
Yeah. A little
That's
bit.
bad. That's bad.
Yeah. That's
All right.
pretty-
So
yeah.
third team. Jonah Gamble.
I was
Greg
gonna
Rubin.
say Jonah.
Caden Costa. So there's your
Greg
kicker.
Rubin made the all AAC team.
Elijah Herring has not played
Third
a
team,
snap
though.
for us, and he's only on third team. Colby Cox for long snapper. Shout out to Colby Cox and Jonah, big Tigers Untapped supporters. Taj Rael, the corner,
Wow.
and Colby. I think Taj is actually a
Is
safety.
Taj even,
but
is he going
whatever.
to start?
I think he could get pretty good minutes, honestly. He could use him in a couple different places. He's pretty physical for a bigger DB. And then third team kick returner, Kobe Drake.
I keep saying Colby. My bad. Kobe Drake.
That's a lot of Tigs.
That is a lot.
Yeah, it's 15.
How does that
players.
count up to last year? Last year there wasn't many at all.
No, this has got to be significantly more.
Wow.
It's
Are we
That's a
are we
lot.
the leaders of that category with the most on all 3 teams?
that's a good question.
You seen
I have
anybody
not
else pop up there a
seen-
lot? I mean, Tulane's
Let me
probably
pull
got to
up
have
the big
several.
list. It is time. Look, this is how this works, okay? Phil tweeted out, okay, it's official. The magazine is off to the printer and we made it on time. It is time for a cold beer or two. So
I wonder, what do you think
what
he's
we're here
drinking?
for. Probably a cat shot. We can make that happen.
What feels
I don't see the list. I guess I could download the digital copy. It's just not as fun.
I know. I had to get the digital last year because I couldn't find the hard copy anywhere.
Yeah.
I used to have to go to Walmart to get it, and then Walmart they didn't have it last year.
They stopped doing it. Yeah. Kroger, I think, has had it before.
I forget Kroger has mags.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to check there.
That's it. I can't find the larger list. Sorry.
That's all right. We'll look at it when we get our hard copy in, though. 15 fellas on 3 teams, though,
Seems a bit.
I'm not hating it.
It's high expectation, if you ask me.
I'm not hating it at all. All right, let's get into this cat shot.
Cat shot. Dang, man, I'm so bad about this. I never pull up the spreadsheet on the front end.
Not gonna lie, this Kolsch was very light in body but high in character. I tell you that much. Hey, this one was only $2.99, TJ.
Yeah, this one's much more affordable.
Why was Fool's Gold so expensive?
Oh, they got to make their Huey's just got to get their cut in there.
Have you gotten one at the restaurant yet?
No, they didn't even follow up with me to tell me that they do or don't have it.
Well, they didn't directly reply to you, but then they tweeted or put it on their story. Did you not see that?
Mm-mm.
They didn't respond to you, but immediately, like the next day, tweeted about if you haven't gotten a Fool's Gold, come get it. We have it on tap or something like that.
Oh,
So you definitely
why didn't they respond to
triggered
me?
a media response. Just you weren't tagged in it.
Well, I didn't know that.
Anyway, this was delicious. I love a good German Pilsner. Part of that is why I feel like it was so delicious, because it was my after grass cutting beer, which is those just hit differently. There's like the shower beer, there's cutting the grass beer, there's the first beer when you get to lake beer or beach beer. This is that's in one of those, and I think that's why I liked it so much. I mean, I would have liked it anyway. I would definitely be getting Cat Shot again. Shout out to Hookpoint though. Have we had a Hookpoint brew yet?
Yeah, we've had Flat Hat for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's just been a minute since we've had a Hookpoint up in this.
Yeah, I think we've done 2 of theirs.
Yeah,
I think they can too much of it, but yeah.
Kenny alluded to it. This is a very good can, though. I like this can a lot. Love the cat. It's giving me real like Calvin and Hobbes-esque vibes. I used to read those
for sure.
when I was younger.
Calvin and Hobbes. Thank you.
Yeah, Hobbes. What did I say?
Hobbes.
Yeah,
Hobbes.
That's the Kolsch talking. I haven't had dinner yet, fellas. It is 11 p.m. I'm going high here. Might have to have some cat shots on Tiger Lane this season.
Oh.
TJ, this feel like a 7-3 can for me.
7-3. I do like the can. I think this is a very good can. I definitely get the Calvin and Hobbes vibe from. I was mocking you. I definitely get the Calvin and Hobbes vibe there. I keep moving out of the way. I like it. It's just probably a can that if Memphis did it, we would probably shit on it. But just to be frank, I'm trying to see what else is going on.
They wouldn't have
all the
cartoony cats on it.
So fun thing about Hookpoint is I'm pretty sure they are veteran owned. So all of their beers are some form of military-esque. So obviously this has like a naval ship.
Love it.
So extra points there.
Yeah, shout out to the guys at Hookpoint.
Yeah, I did not know that. Bonus.
You said 7.3 for the can.
Yeah.
I'll probably go a little lower than that. Not much lower. Probably I'm teetering between a 6.9 or a 7, I think. Let's do 7. Keep it easy.
7 flat.
Makes the math easier.
Hey, no cats were harmed in the brewing of this beer, by the way. This was good. I'm teetering on the 8 line here for this one. I think I needed it to be, if it was ice cold, I think no question I'd probably have gone 8. But for the fact that it had sat out for about 45 minutes before I cracked it open, it was still chilled, but it wasn't ice cold. I'm gonna have to go like 7.7. But if you gave me a fresh ice cold one, I would probably be in the 8s, to be honest.
Wow. It's good. There is something in the aftertaste that kind of bothered me at first, but then I grew up according. Like it kind of grew on me. I don't know, it's like a bitterness,
there's
maybe.
Some malty in there, yeah. A little
Yeah,
bit.
some bitterness. Oh wait, what did you say your score was? I need to document that.
7-8.
7-8. It's definitely higher than me. I didn't like it that much. I'd probably say like a 7.2 on the beer, just because that there is an aftertaste to it. No, it's good. I would definitely drink 2 of them.
It's not bad.
I think that's what we need to do. I think we just need to pack up all of our stuff, grab our laptops and our mics, and we just go to Hookpoint and just film the podcast at Hookpoint and just crush out all of these.
If this had been on draft, if I had this on draft in a glass, easily in the 8s, for sure.
I get that.
I'll reach out to Hookpoint. I'll reach out to Hookpoint. We'll make this happen
for sure.
We
got a request from a longtime listener, close friend of the program, Schlong14, said we should, for our 100th episode, we should do a live recording with audience, invite people to a brewery, and
we all drink the beer together
live.
Love it.
Damn, they're closed on Monday, so we'd have to do a little bit of a
schedule shift.
Yeah, they're closed on Monday and Tuesday. So,
although that might work, we may be able to set up a private appointment on a Monday.
I'm not going to make that promise.
I'm just saying, there's just ideas for Kenny to throw out when he has his.
Well, if we do it live, it would need to be on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or we can just another time. We'll figure it out. This is all behind the scenes.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll do something fun.
Well, stay tuned because we'll figure out what we're doing for 100th episode. For TJ, this is Trey and Kenneth. We'll be back next week. You need to come with a lukewarm beer and stay for our hotter takes. Peace.
If you enjoyed this episode of Tigers Untapped, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Like and subscribe at Bluff City Media's YouTube page. Head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co for comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports.